And the reason we cannot win it is because when you compare yourself with another person, it's not an equal comparison. Because you know yourself with all your failures, you know your weaknesses and your insecurities. You are better than you think you are. And I mean it, you are better than you think you are. And the reason I picked this as the first lesson is because self-confidence, self-esteem is the foundation for everything. If you don't have self-confidence, if you don't believe in yourself, then how can you expect other people to believe in you? It's pretty much impossible, right? Whatever you believe in about yourself becomes your reality. When it becomes your reality, it becomes everyone else's reality. But unfortunately, we keep underestimating ourselves and overestimating other people, right? We walk through life and very often we don't focus on what we have, what we accomplished, who we are. We focus on our fuck-ups and failures and weaknesses. And at the same time, we look at other people, social media, or even conferences like this one, right? We look around, we're like, wow, she has it better than me, that guy has it better than me, this person is more confident, that person is more pretty. We do it all the time. And what's the point, right? We all do it. We all play this game that we cannot win. And the reason we cannot win it is because when you compare yourself with another person, it's not an equal comparison. Because you know yourself with all your failures, you know your weaknesses and your insecurities. You remember that time when you puked because you drank too much, or you lied, or you did something stupid, you failed. You know your insecurities. You take all of that, and you try to compare it with one little angle of another person, right? If this is another person, let's say this is another person, right? We compare ourselves to this. This is just a little mask, right? Little angle of another person. We don't see their insecurities, weaknesses, failures, relationship issues, health issues. We don't see that. But yet we keep comparing ourselves to others. So what is the solution? And of course, confidence, we could talk about it for hours and hours, but I want to give you something right now that will involve you and that's going to give you results right away. And this is something I did at the speakers workshop 2 days ago. And all the speakers said, wow, this exercise is really powerful. It's so simple, but it's powerful. So I want to do it with you right now because it works every time. It doesn't take long and it will make you realize that you are better than you think you are. Do you guys have a piece of paper? Anybody? Okay, if you don't have a paper, just grab your phone and just open some type of doc, or you can even go to your WhatsApp and send a message to yourself, whatever it is, but get something where you can write. So what I want you to do is, I like to call it why I'm great list. So I want you to think about the things that you can feel proud of in your life. Think about all the things you can feel proud of. Think about the characteristics you like about yourself. Think about your accomplishments. And you can say something along the lines of, I'm disciplined, I'm faithful. But also you can think about specific situations like, I helped my grandma to do whatever, I helped that stranger. So be as specific or as generic as you want, and remember that nobody will see your list. This is just for you. I'm not gonna ask you to share it, it's just for you. So don't worry about being narcissistic and just start writing things down. Just start writing as many things down as possible. I want to ask you one more thing to add to that list, and then you can continue this later on in the hotel or at home. But I want you to think about impossibilities in your life that became possibilities. Impossibilities that now you may be taken for granted, and we all have those things. Because I know for some of you it may be difficult to think about things that you are proud of. But when you think about the things that used to seem impossible in your life that now are just normal, it becomes much easier. For example, we all speak English here. Well, I bet some of you didn't speak English from the very beginning. You had to learn it, right? Or you learn Spanish or any other language. Maybe you have a spouse or you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Or both, I don't know. It's a very open country, very open-minded country, let's say. And maybe back in the day when you saw that person, you felt, well, I would like to be with that person, but why would they want to be with me? And now you're together and you take it for granted. Maybe it's your business or your job. And now you take it for granted. But back in the day, you were looking at that job and you were saying, wow, I wish I could get it. But now you have it. Or now you build that business. And it used to be a dream, but now you just focus on the fact that, well, it's not going as well as I wanted to go. So think about those things. Think about impossibilities that became possibilities and write them down. How does it feel? How does it feel? Feels good? How many of you already, just after doing this, you feel like you are better than you sometimes think you are? Just raise your hand. There's a lot of you here. So Remember that you can keep adding to this list, and this is a great tool that you can then use in situations that cause a lot of discomfort. When you need a boost of confidence, you can always look at the list and you can remind yourself of how great you are.